Hello, this is Mike McClernon. My service is called Assisted Living Locators of Long Island. I help seniors and families find the best fit for assisted living, memory care, and independent living here on Long Island. My advisory work is free for seniors and for families. Assisted living and memory care can be wonderful solutions for many families, but they're not inexpensive. Families usually start by looking at Social Security, pensions, savings, and sometimes the proceeds from selling a home. But even with all that, sometimes it's still not enough. One additional option that very few families think about is surrendering life insurance and using the proceeds from a plan to pay for some expenses late in life. Often the reason a policy was purchased 10, 20, even 30 years ago no longer applies. The house is paid off, the kids are grown, debts are manageable, retirement income has replaced the need for income protection, and in many cases the premiums have simply become too expensive for a senior to keep paying. In other words, the policy is no longer needed or wanted. What many people don't realize is that some life insurance policies can be sold much like any other asset. There are investor groups that will purchase these policies for a lump sum of cash. This process is called a life insurance settlement. Selling a life insurance policy typically pays less than the eventual death benefit, but for many seniors, getting a good sum now is better than getting a bigger sum delivered to their estate or heirs after they pass away. An Insurance Study Institute estimates that about 500,000 seniors a year simply lapse their insurance policies. They stop paying, they walk away with little or nothing. Fewer than 20% of policies actually stay in force and pay a death benefit. A settlement converts a policy that a client no longer needs or wants into cash that could be used for paying anything, really, including paying for senior living. A word of caution. The amount you receive in a settlement will always be less than the policy's death benefit. This is not the right choice for everyone. Sophisticated advice is important to decide whether getting cash while the senior is alive is better than keeping the policy in place for beneficiaries. Our company works with an expert in this area, Lisa Remberg, who recommends that every senior have their policies and goals reviewed by a specialist and treat the policy as an active asset to be used at the right time, either before or after passing. We recommend that every senior at least investigate this potential source of funding. I'm not an insurance professional, and this isn't financial advice, but I've seen how valuable this option can be in the right situation. If you're exploring ways to pay for senior living, I'm happy to talk through your options. I'm Mike McClernon, and with Assisted Living Locators of Long Island, call me. We'd love to help.